The Los Angeles Lakers find themselves at a critical juncture as the February 5th trade deadline approaches. Recent reports indicate that the organization is willing to include forward Rui Hachimura in potential trade discussions, according to NBA insider Jake Fisher. This development marks a significant shift in the team's approach to roster construction under head coach J.J. Redick. Leave your like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any updates. Hachimura has evolved into one of the Lakers' most consistent performers over the past 2 seasons. The Japanese forward has demonstrated remarkable improvement in multiple facets of his game, particularly his three-point shooting and defensive capabilities. Currently shooting a career-high 43.9% from beyond the arc, Hachimura is enjoying his 3rd consecutive season shooting above 40% from deep, a testament to his dedication and skill development. The timing of these trade rumors is particularly intriguing given Hachimura's recent stretch of exceptional play. After missing time due to a calf injury earlier in the season, he returned to the lineup in a new role coming off the bench. What initially appeared to be a minutes restriction during his recovery has transformed into a permanent role change that has unlocked a different dimension of his game. As the primary offensive option with the second unit, Hachimura has flourished, averaging more than 17 points per game over his last 3 contests while shooting better than 50% from both the field and three-point range. The decision to bring Hachimura off the bench has proven to be a masterstroke by Redick and his coaching staff. The forward has embraced this new role with enthusiasm, providing instant offense and energy when he enters the game. His ability to create his own shot and knock down perimeter jumpers has given the Lakers' reserves a much-needed scoring punch. His physical presence at the forward position also allows him to match up against a variety of opponents, from smaller guards to bigger forwards, making him a versatile defensive asset. According to Fisher's report, the Lakers' willingness to include Hachimura in trade discussions does not stem from any dissatisfaction with his performance or concerns about his upcoming free agency. Rather, it reflects the organization's commitment to upgrading the roster in pursuit of championship contention. The Lakers would only part with Hachimura if they receive a player or package of assets that significantly improves their chances of competing for a title this season. The front office, led by General Manager Rob Pelinka, understands that Hachimura represents one of their few genuinely attractive trade assets, making him a player that opposing teams are likely to inquire about. Hachimura's value on the trade market extends beyond his current production. His combination of size, shooting ability, and defensive versatility makes him an appealing target for teams across the league. At 6'8", with a solid frame, he can defend multiple positions and provides the kind of two-way play that playoff teams covet. His contract situation also makes him an attractive piece, as he will enter free agency this summer, giving acquiring teams the opportunity to negotiate a long-term deal directly with him. For the Lakers, any trade involving Hachimura would need to address specific team needs. The organization has been searching for ways to bolster their perimeter defense and add more playmaking to their roster. With Luka Doncic and LeBron James handling primary ball-handling duties, the Lakers could benefit from additional wing defenders who can guard the opposition's best perimeter players. Hachimura's departure would create a void in their front-court rotation that would need to be filled by the incoming player or players. The Lakers' current record of 28-17 places them 5th in the Western Conference, a respectable position, but one that leaves room for improvement. Coach Redick, in his 2nd season with the team, has emphasized the importance of building a roster capable of matching up with the conference's elite team. The Lakers have shown flashes of brilliance this season, particularly when their stars are healthy and engaged, but consistency has been an issue. Making the right move at the trade deadline could be the difference between a first-round playoff exit and a deep postseason run. Hachimura's journey with the Lakers has been marked by steady growth and adaptation. Since joining the team, he has worked tirelessly to expand his game and become more than just a spot-up shooter. His improved rebounding and defensive awareness have made him a more complete player. His willingness to accept a bench role without complaint speaks to his professionalism and team-first mentality, qualities that make him valuable both on and off the court. As the trade deadline draws closer, Hachimura's name will continue to surface in rumors and speculation. However, unless a truly impactful deal presents itself, the Lakers may ultimately decide to keep him and build around their current core. His recent hot streak serves as a reminder of his capabilities and the value he brings to the team. For now, Hachimura remains focused on helping the Lakers win games, regardless of what the future may hold. The Los Angeles Lakers trade deadline strategy continues to take shape as new information emerges about their willingness to move young guard Dalton Knecht. According to a report from Broderick Turner and Thuknin Nguyen of the Los Angeles Times, the Lakers have made Knecht available in trade discussions and would likely need to attach a second-round draft pick to facilitate a deal. This marks a dramatic turn for the 2024 first-round pick, who entered the season with high expectations. Knecht was selected 17th overall in the 2024 NBA Draft after a standout season at Tennessee, where he earned All-American honors. The Lakers believed they had found a steal in the draft, a ready-made contributor who could step in immediately and provide scoring and shooting. His college resume suggested he possessed the tools to become an impact player right away, with his ability to score from all three levels and his reputation as a knockdown shooter from beyond the arc. The rookie's first season with the Lakers started promisingly. Knecht showed flashes of the scoring prowess that made him such an attractive prospect, displaying confidence in his shot and an ability to create offense in different ways. He demonstrated good basketball IQ and seemed to understand how to play within the Lakers' system. For a stretch early in his rookie campaign, it appeared the Lakers had indeed made a wise selection, getting a player capable of contributing to a championship-contending roster immediately. However, as the season progressed, Knecht's playing time diminished significantly. His struggles on the defensive end became increasingly apparent, leading Coach Redick to reduce his minutes and eventually remove him from the regular rotation entirely. In the NBA, particularly on a team with championship aspirations like the Lakers, defensive lapses cannot be tolerated. Opposing teams began targeting Knecht on that end of the floor, exploiting his positioning mistakes and lack of lateral quickness. These defensive deficiencies outweighed his offensive contributions in the eyes of the coaching staff. The situation became more complicated when Knecht was involved in a trade to the Charlotte Hornets that was later rescinded. The details of why the trade fell through remain unclear, but the fact that it happened at all created an awkward dynamic. When Knecht returned to the Lakers after the failed trade, the relationship had changed. He found himself even further removed from the rotation, watching games from the bench as the team moved forward with other players. The experience had to be difficult for a young player trying to establish himself in the league. Despite his limited opportunities this season, Knecht has shown he can still produce when given the chance. On several occasions when injuries or foul trouble created minutes for him, he responded with solid performances. He has scored in double figures multiple times, proving that his offensive skills translate to the NBA level. His three-point shooting remains a valuable weapon, and he has demonstrated an improved willingness to compete defensively and sacrifice his body when on the court. The Lakers' decision to make Knecht available stems from practical considerations. His trade value has decreased since the start of the season, which is why the team would need to sweeten any potential deal with a draft pick. Teams around the league are aware of his situation and his struggles to find playing time, which impacts his perceived worth. However, some organizations may still see potential in Knecht, viewing him as a project who could develop with more consistent minutes and a different system. For a team like the Lakers, operating under the pressure of maximizing LeBron James's remaining prime years and building around Luka Doncic, there is limited patience for development projects. The Lakers need players who can contribute immediately, particularly on the defensive end, where they have struggled throughout the season. Knecht's offensive potential, while real, does not outweigh his current defensive limitations in their evaluation. The Lakers are actively seeking upgrades at wing positions, looking for players who can defend multiple positions and contribute on both ends of the floor. Trading Knecht could be part of a larger package to acquire such a player. The team understands that their current roster construction has flaws that need to be addressed if they hope to compete with the Western Conference's elite team. With the presence of Luka Doncic now in the fold following last season's blockbuster trade, the Lakers are in win-now mode and cannot afford to wait for young players to develop. It is worth noting that Knecht is not without potential value. He is still just in his second professional season, and many players take time to adjust to the NBA's demands, particularly on defense. A change of scenery could benefit him, placing him in a situation where he gets more consistent playing time and the opportunity to work through his defensive issues. Some teams in rebuilding mode might be willing to take a chance on his upside, viewing him as a long-term investment rather than an immediate contributor. As the February 5th trade deadline approaches, Knecht's name will continue to circulate in trade discussion. Whether the Lakers ultimately move him depends on finding the right deal that helps them address their roster needs. For now, Knecht remains a Laker, continuing to work and stay ready for whenever his number is called. His professional approach to a difficult situation speaks well of his character, even as his future with the organization appears uncertain. The NBA landscape shifted dramatically when Giannis Antetokounmpo demanded a trade from the Milwaukee Bucks, setting off a frenzy among contending teams hoping to acquire the two-time MVP. For the Los Angeles Lakers, landing the Greek Freak would require making difficult decisions, including potentially sacrificing Austin Reaves, their homegrown star who has blossomed into one of the league's most promising young guards. While parting with Reaves would be painful, the opportunity to pair Giannis with Luka Doncic represents a chance the Lakers cannot afford to pass up. Reaves has become one of the NBA's great success stories. Signed as an undrafted free agent in 2021, he has developed into a legitimate all-star caliber player through hard work and determination. The 27-year-old guard is currently enjoying his best season, posting impressive numbers and establishing himself as one of the Lakers' most important players. His journey from undrafted rookie to cornerstone piece exemplifies everything the Lakers organization values, making the prospect of trading him emotionally difficult for fans and management alike. This season, Reaves has taken another leap forward in his development. He has improved his scoring efficiency, playmaking ability, and overall basketball IQ. His chemistry with both Doncic and LeBron James has been evident, as he has shown an ability to play both on and off the ball effectively. Reaves understands how to find open spaces in the offense, make the right pass, and knock down crucial shots in big moments. He has become a player opposing defenses must account for, opening up opportunities for his teammates. However, Reaves's upcoming free agency creates a complicated situation for the Lakers. He will decline his $14.9 million player option this summer and enter unrestricted free agency, where he will command a massive contract. The Lakers hope he wants to remain in Los Angeles and continue building something special with the organization that gave him his chance. But there is real risk involved. Just as Jalen Brunson left Doncic and the Dallas Mavericks to become the face of the New York Knicks, Reaves might desire to be the primary star on his own team rather than the third option behind two all-time greats. The Giannis situation changes everything. When a player of Antetokounmpo's caliber becomes available, teams must be willing to part with lesser stars to upgrade. This is not a slight against Reaves, who is undoubtedly among the 30 best players in the NBA and a rising star. But Giannis is a top 5 player in the world, a generational talent who impacts winning in ways few players in league history ever have. He is a 2-time MVP, a champion, a Defensive Player of the Year, and one of the most dominant forces the sport has ever seen. The fit between Giannis and Luka Doncic would be exceptional. Antetokounmpo's elite defense, rebounding, and ability as a role man make him the perfect complement to Doncic's offensive brilliance. The two-man game between them would be virtually unstoppable, combining Doncic's playmaking genius with Giannis's finishing ability around the rim. Opposing teams would face an impossible choice: sell out to stop one and get destroyed by the other, or play them straight up and hope for the best. Either way, the Lakers would possess an overwhelming advantage. Giannis's defensive impact cannot be overstated. The Lakers have struggled defensively this season, and adding one of the league's premier defenders would immediately address their biggest weakness. Antetokounmpo can protect the rim, switch onto perimeter players, and disrupt passing lanes with his length and anticipation. His presence would allow the Lakers to play more aggressively on defense, knowing they have an elite rim protector behind them. The roster construction issues the Lakers currently face would also be resolved. With both Reaves and Doncic in the backcourt, the Lakers have two players who are not elite defenders, requiring them to build the rest of the roster carefully. Replacing Reaves with Giannis creates a more seamless fit, giving them two players who dominate at both ends. The Lakers would have multiple pathways to constructing a championship roster. The Los Angeles Lakers are a franchise built on star power and championship pedigree. They have 17 championships in their history, all won by pairing elite talent together. Their most recent title in 2020 came with prime LeBron James leading the way. The blueprint has always been clear: acquire superstars and build around them. Trading for Giannis would follow that same proven formula, giving the Lakers the opportunity to compete for multiple championships. The challenge for the Lakers will be constructing a trade package that Milwaukee finds acceptable. Reaves would certainly be part of any offer, but the Bucks would likely demand additional assets, including draft picks and other players. The Lakers have limited draft capital after previous trades, but they still have enough to put together a competitive offer. The question is whether they can outbid other teams who will surely make aggressive plays for Antetokounmpo. From a pure basketball perspective, the decision should be straightforward. Austin Reaves is an excellent player with a bright future ahead of him. But Giannis Antetokounmpo is a transcendent superstar who changes the championship equation entirely. The gap between them as players is significant enough that the Lakers must be willing to make this move if the opportunity presents itself. Championships are won by the team with the best players, and adding Giannis would give the Lakers two of the 5 best players in the world. General Manager Rob Pelinka must prioritize winning championships over sentiment, making this a move the Lakers absolutely must make.